Good morning, and welcome to today's yoga session. We will do a full body vinyasa to make you feel awesome. My name is Nathaniel, and we will start today in a nice comfortable seat with our hands placed gently on the knees. Take a moment to drop in and to land in the present time. Begin to deepen the breath. Big inhale. And exhale out the mouth. Beautiful. We'll try again. Inhale through the nose. And exhale out the mouth. Now we will loosen up the neck if there's any stiffness that may have accumulated during your sleep. So we'll do some gentle circles. Imagine that there is a pencil at the end of your nose drawing the circle out in front of you. So we'll start with very small circles. Gradually grow your circle. We want this motion to originate from the nose so that we can articulate any sticky spots in the neck. Now, once you have noticed the direction of your circle, switch the direction. Remember to tap into the breath. This should feel really good. If there are any kinks in the neck, we'll do a couple more circles together and bring it back to center. Beautiful. Now you can keep the hands face up or face down, whatever is comfortable. Take the right hand out to the side and place it firmly on the mat. Now you can walk it closer to your hip or further away, depending on the amount of stretch that you want. So plant the palm. Inhale, bring the left hand up and over with a slight bend in the right elbow. This could feel really great in the left side of the body, giving a nice side body stretch. Breathe deep and exhale. Beautiful. Let's bring it over to the other side. Plant the left hand out to the side. Again, the distance is up to you. It can be far, a little bit closer, or even closer. And then we'll do a slight bend in that elbow here. And bring the right hand up and over. Breathe deep. Beautiful. Now, still in our seated posture before we get a little active, we will practice synchronizing our breath to our motion. So, watch me first. Inhale, hands at your side. Exhale. Anjali Mudra, hands at the heart. Inhale again. Straight up, and exhale to come down. Let's try it together. Inhale. Exhale. Drop the neck. Inhale. And exhale. One more time. Inhale. Exhale, hands to heart. Bow the head. Hands reach behind. Inhale. And exhale. Last time without me talking. Beautiful. Let's make our way to all fours, tabletop position. Take your time getting there. And let's have a moment to talk about alignment. The word alignment just means optimizing your load, your body weight. So in this position, to think of alignment, let's put our shoulder over the elbow, over the wrist, and then hip over the knee, and then the spine should be in a nice neutral position. So not too much drop, not too much arch. A nice neutral spine. So here in tabletop position, we will move through a little spinal flexion, also known as cat-cow. So inhale, drop the belly, look forward for cow pose. Tailbone pointing towards the sky, bottoms of the feet pressing firmly into the mat. Breathe in, and then exhale, round the spine for cat pose. Now in this position, you want to hug the belly up towards the back of the body, and then back and forth in your own time. Inhale, exhale, round through. Again, inhale, open the throat, open the chest, looking forward, and exhale, round through the spine. Inhale, drop the belly. Exhale, round through for cat pose. Beautiful. Now you can do a little free motion. I call this just intuitive moving. Whatever kind of motion you feel like you need in the body to just wake us up. Allow yourself to play here for just a bit. And when you're ready, curl the toes under and lift from the hips. So engage the core, lift from the hips for downward facing dog. Set yourself up here. Your heels can be planted on the ground, or they can lift up. Many of us will begin with lifted heels, and eventually we'll work to bring those heels down all the way to the earth. Now wake up the legs, bending each knee, back and forth, and then set up alignment in this position as well. So what we want to do is make sure that the hands are spread evenly for a nice strong base, all the fingers wide. Bend the knees, look forward, and make your way. You can either step to the top, or from our downward facing dog, we can crisscross our way to the top. So one foot in front of the other. Until we make it. Or last but not least, from your downward dog, you can bend the knees, look forward, and hop to the top. However you choose to make it to the top, position the feet hip width apart. toes facing forward, and let the weight of the head hang forward. Your belly against your thighs. Now in this position, we want to ensure that our legs are nice and strong. So you should be engaged in the quads and all the way through the soles of the feet. And breathe deep here. We're going to take 3 loving deep breaths here. And when you're ready, we're gonna roll up nice and slow, keeping the chin tucked into the chest. Roll up nice and slow into our first power pose, which is Tadasana, mountain pose. So in our nice tall mountain, we want to be sure that our feet are positioned hip width apart, palms forward, slight lift in the chest, and tuck the chin. Turning this way just so you can see my front, or you are more than welcome to remain at the top of your mat. Breathe deep here in mountain. Now inhale, bring the arms up high. Sun salutation. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands can rest gently on the thighs or the knees or the shins. You want to keep that straight back here. And exhale to forward fold. Now beautiful. Plant your palms on the ground. Step the left foot back and then the right foot back for a plank pose. Now reach the heels back, engage the muscles of the core, and work for a nice straight line in the spine. We're gonna stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently lower yourself to the belly. Press the tops of the feet into the mat. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders and your elbows close into your side body. And we're gonna lift up using the muscles of the back for Cobra. Inhale to lift, exhale to lower. Let's try that again together. Inhale for Cobra, rise up, and exhale, slowly lower. Now, curl the toes underneath, plant the palms, and press back up to plank nice and strong. In this pose, I like to even whisper to myself, I am strong, to give yourself the fuel to press back up into a nice strong plank. Inhale, hips up high and back for downward facing dog. Hello. Beautiful. Pedal out in your dog for just a moment. And then find stillness. The back toes can turn slightly in, and the elbows can turn slightly out for a little bit more stability. Bend the knees, look forward, and we're gonna hop to the top of the mat again. Forward fold, let it all hang down, and rise up slowly for another beautiful tall mountain pose. Inhale, hands up high for sun salutation. Exhale, hands to heart. Beautiful. Again, sun salutation, hands up high on the inhale. This time we will exhale to forward fold. Beautiful. Plant the palms. This time we will hop back to our plank. Beautiful. Now inhale, exhale, lower to the belly. Plant the feet flat on the top of the mat. Rise up strong, cobra. You can even give a little motion side to side for the neck. And then exhale, lower. Beautiful. Curl the toes under. Quietly whisper to yourself, I am strong. And then press up to plank. I am strong. Now, we're going to practice that strength with a side plank on either side. So the feet to the left. Be sure that that left arm is underneath the shoulder. Lift the right hip up high for a nice side plank. Quietly whisper, I am strong. Beautiful. Bring it back to center for your center plank. If you need to take a break, feel free. Come into child's pose. With the knees wide, the big toes together, hands out forward, press the hips back onto the feet and rest the head. As we move through our practice, this resting posture is always available to you. If there is any time that a posture feels like it will not work in your body, come into child's pose and breathe deep. Now, if you would like to continue onto the planks, let's get back into it. So, we're here in the center. Inhale, feet over to the left. Position underneath the shoulder and reach up nice and high. Remembering to lift this time with the left hip. Engage the core, quietly whisper, I am strong. And then bring it back through center. Lower to the belly. Feet flat on the mat. Rise up strong for cobra. Beautiful. And lower to the belly. Now, we're gonna press up again, this time to all fours. Beautiful. If you need to take a break off the wrists, simply push yourself back. We can get a stretch through the feet here by sitting on the top of our heels and do some nice circles with the wrists. A lot of times when you just start yoga, you can feel a lot of tension in the wrists. So whenever you feel like it's too much, take a break off the wrists. So together, let's do a couple wrist circles. We're gonna go out, open the book, and then again. 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 Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Meet me back in a tabletop position. So here, we're gonna get a little core work. So we're in a tabletop, we're gonna move into a balancing table. So, in a balancing tabletop, let's extend the left leg out just to get a little stretch in that leg. You can lower the feet to the ground, or you can begin to challenge yourself by lifting, engaging the muscles of the glutes to lift that left leg up high. And for a little bit more core work, let's extend the right arm out, nice and long, with our thumbs up. Beautiful. Now let's inhale to bring it in. And exhale. We're gonna do 3 of those. Inhale. And exhale. Again, inhale. And exhale. In this shape, we want to remember that the neck is an extension of the spine, so your gaze should be straight down towards your yoga mat. Last time together, inhale and exhale. Beautiful. Take a rest. That could be a lot for some of you. It is okay. Let's all rest together in our nice child's pose. We're gonna take 3 deep breaths here in child's pose. Beautiful. Come back up to your nice neutral tabletop position. We're gonna take it to the other side. So inhale, extend the right leg out long. First coming to the ground just to get a little stretch to warm yourself up. And when you're ready, engaging the muscles of the glutes to lift that right leg up high. Toes are pointing down. And when you're ready, let's challenge ourselves by extending the left hand out long, thumbs face up, gaze straight down at the mat. And we inhale and exhale. Inhale to contract, exhale to extend. And you should notice that this side may feel different than the other side. Just bringing our awareness to our bodies. Last time. Beautiful. Curl the toes under, lift the hips up high and back for downward facing dog. Beautiful. And don't you worry, guys. We're gonna come up off of those hands in just a moment. So, from your downward facing dog, inhale, lift the right leg up high for a 3-legged dog. And bring that knee in towards the chest and step the right foot up between your hands. Beautiful. Now, let's talk about alignment. You want to keep the knee over the ankle. And once you have your footing here, you're going to make sure that the right foot and the left foot are not in one line, but 2 separate lines. Come on up, engage the pelvic floor, pivot on the back foot, and we come up for warrior 1. So, pivot on the back foot, engage the pelvic floor, and rise up for warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2. Keeping in mind that you want to align the knee over the ankles, the shoulders as one continuous line, and you would also want to align the pelvis over the heart, over the head. Breathe deep here in warrior 2. Now we're going to extend the front leg and reach our right hand all the way back for reverse triangle. And then bring that right hand forward first, keeping the front leg extended. So bring the right hand forward and all the way down to the ground for Trikonasana or reverse triangle. Let's try it again. Warrior 2. Once you have it, extend the right leg, reach back for reverse triangle, and then bring it all the way down. For triangle. Last time without me. Beautiful. So bring it back up to Warrior 2. Now we're gonna bring our left hand down to pivot back to the front. Hands up high. And we will come back right where we started, into our low lunge. Plant your palms. Step the right foot back for a plank pose. And up to downward facing dog. Remember, if downward dog does not work for you, you can always come back into the child's pose from earlier. But for those of us in downward facing dog, I invite you to lift the left leg up high. Bring it in towards the chest. And step that left leg between your hands. Beautiful. We're taking this over to the other side of our body. So again, pivot on the back foot. And raise up strong for Warrior 2 on the other side. Shoulders in alignment. Right knee over right ankle. Now for this, I encourage you to make sure that from this position, you should always be able to see your 2 big toes. So if you cannot see your 2 toes, come out of it a little bit. Warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2. So now let's straighten our front leg and reach the left hand all the way back. Breathe deep. And then we will reach our left hand forward first, and then bring it all the way down for Trikonasana. Send your gaze up towards your hands, or you can send it down towards your left hand. Beautiful. Come all the way back for reverse triangle. And then take it into triangle. So we're gonna do this flow one time without me speaking. So let's bring it back in to Warrior 2. Beautiful. We'll meet back in Warrior 2. Front knee bent. And we're gonna bring that right hand down to meet the left hand. Pivot on the back foot. Reach the arms up high. And rain them back down to a low lunge, right where we began. Now this time, instead of stepping the left leg back to meet the right, we will step this leg up to the front. Breathe deep. Forward fold. Rise up nice and tall. Salute to the sun. Hands meet overhead and come down to the chest. Now, we will come towards the middle of our mat. Now, we will center ourselves on the long way on the mat with our toes facing forward and our feet more than hip width apart. Bring the hands above the head and bring them down into prayer position. So for this section of our vinyasa, we will work with power poses. Poses that make us feel confident and strong. So, engage the muscles of the thighs. You can even walk your stance out a little bit wider. Engage the core, and we're going to come into star pose. With our hands extended left to right, feet engaged, take up space. Tell yourself that you deserve to be here. Breathe deep and bring the hands back to prayer position. Again, star pose. And bring the hands back to prayer position. Now, to make us feel even stronger and more engaged in our core, we're going to come into star pose, and we will use the muscles of the core to come down. Bring the left hand over to the right ankle and back up. Then we will bring our right hand over to grab the left ankle. Now back and forth in your own time. Remembering to come to the middle. Keep the legs straight. This is great for the core and for the flexibility of the spine. Let's do 2 more on each side. Into star pose, hands meet overhead and slide down. Anjali Mudra here at the heart space. Remembering to lift the sternum up to the thumbs, relax the shoulders. So now we're going to come into another power pose. So bring the heels slightly in, about hip width apart, and you're going to turn the toes out towards the corners of your mat and sink down low. Engage the muscles of the thighs. And we're going to come into a pose that has 3 names. This pose is called horse pose for some. Some call it the goddess pose, and some call it the God pose. Today, I will be calling it God pose. So come into God pose and breathe deep. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rise up strong to star pose. And let's go back down again into our God pose. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You should feel the quads engage here. And we're gonna go down one last time for the God pose. So starting in star pose, bringing the hands, Anjali Mudra at the heart, and bending the legs, engaging the muscles of the glutes and the quads. Core is engaged, upright here. And we're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Rise up. Now, we're going to take our feet back out to a wide-legged stand. And just to get the blood flowing in opposite direction, we're going to come into a wide-legged forward fold. Now, hand placement. Hands can stay here at the waist for a little bit extra support, or you can bring the hands Anjali Mudra at the heart. Keeping the back straight. We're going to come into a nice wide legged forward fold. If you're comfortable, you can release the hand down in front of you. Now in yoga, we never want to have our leg completely straight or locked. Always a slight bend in the knee here, even in this wide-legged stance. So again, come into your wide-legged forward fold and let it all hang here. Just relax. Remember to keep the toes pointing forward. You can bring your hands in line with your feet right here. Crown of the head facing forward, and breathe deep. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, to come out of this pose, engage the legs. You can either bring your hands here at the waist for support, or keep them here at the chest. And we rise up. Nice. And slow. Now, trust your intuition. Without looking down at your feet, see if you can bring them close together. Beautiful. Trust yourself. You know the ground is there. You don't always have to look down. Trust that the ground will be there to catch you. So now, with the feet really together, heel to heel, arch to arch, we're going to work on just a few balancing postures. So what I love about balancing is each day my balance is different. So this is a great way to check in with yourself. It's a great way to practice humility, because sometimes in balancing postures, we all fall down. Just trust that the ground is there to catch you. All right, so let's start. What we're gonna do to just practice, we're gonna shift our weight to our right foot and just bring the left heel up to start. Now, just bring your big toe to the ground. Slight bend in the standing leg. Engage the muscles of the core, and just practice lifting off for tree pose. Bring the knee up. Beautiful. If you're comfortable here, you can set the foot on the inside of the thigh and bring it lower. I'm going to start here today. And then find your dristi. The word dristi is a point upon which you can fix your focus. So I found my dristi, and we're here for 10, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands up. Anjali Mudra at the heart. And take it down. Beautiful. Great job. If you fell, it's okay. Just get back into it. So now we're going to take that to the other side, ladies and gentlemen. Now, let's just practice first. Lift the right heel. Plank. You know your own body. Send the weight over to the left foot. Once you're comfortable there, do a slight bend in your standing knee. And then maybe, you see, we all fall. So maybe become just the toe off the ground. And honestly, if you're comfortable, you can work here the entire time. You can work here. You can work here. Wherever you are most comfortable, find what feels good in your body. I am going to choose to rest my foot on the inside of my left thigh, bringing my hands Anjali Mudra again at the heart, finding my dristi out in front. Now many times you'll notice that the left side and the right side are quite different. Just something to bring your awareness to. And we're here for 10, 9, 8, engage the core, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and feet down on the 1. Beautiful, beautiful job. So now, we're gonna turn to the top of our mat. Again, see if you can walk to the top of your mat without looking down. You know the ground is there. You don't have to look down. Trust your intuition, your third eye. And we'll walk to the top of the mat. Once we're there, we're gonna do another balancing posture that I absolutely love. Hopefully you will love it today too. So again, we're gonna start on the right leg. So lift the left knee towards the chest, reach out in front. You're gonna grab it and hug that knee into the chest. When you're here, rotate the ankle one way and then the other. If you're comfortable, we will reach behind us with the left hand to grab the foot. Remember to keep a slight bend in the standing leg. And like we did earlier, we will reach our right hand out in front of us with the thumbs facing upwards for dancer pose. And we're here for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Come out of dancer pose nice and slowly. Arms extend up high. Beautiful. Let's take it to the other side. Again, shift your weight to that left leg. Don't start until you feel secure and ready. Once you are ready, you're going to bring that right knee up. Grabbing it with both hands, we're going to hug our right knee in towards our chest, rotating the ankle one way and then the other. As I mentioned earlier, the sides of our body are quite different. So I'm already feeling a little shaky on this side. But I say balancing postures help with humility. See? Beautiful. Extend the left leg out long, kicking back with the right foot. So if you come take a look at this right foot here, what we're doing is we're giving some resistance. So it looks like I'm still, but I'm actually pushing back with my right foot in the air to create a little resistance here. And we're here for 5, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Come out of the dancer pose. Now, for our last powerful balancing pose, we're going to come towards the middle of our mat now. So, for our last practice in powerful balancing postures, we're going to come into what I like to call eagle arms. So, extending the palms out in front, making sure we're keeping alignment from the shoulder to the wrist, the palms face down. Now, I'm going to start with my left hand a little bit higher and my right hand a little bit lower. I'm going to cross at the elbows, turn the palms inwards. Now, incorporate the leg, shift your weight over to your right foot, lifting the left knee and crossing, coming into a nice seat. If this is much too much for you, work with the toe here on the ground. Beautiful. We're going to inhale to lift the elbows. And exhale to bring them down. Inhale. And exhale to come out of the posture. Beautiful. Now we're going to take it to the other side. So at this point, palms face down, arms straight out in front of us. Last time I had the left hand on the top, so this time we're going to do the right hand on the top, crossing at the elbows, and sitting down deep with eagle arms. Beautiful. Engaging the core. And lift the elbows up high and then bring them in. Nice and strong. Finding our drishti or our focus out in front. And come out of the posture. Very good. And if you fell, well, as I said, balancing postures are great practice in humility. So let's meet again at the top of our mat. Inhale, bring the arms up nice and high. Exhale, we're going to forward fold. Now in our forward fold, we're going to take a moment to grab opposite elbows and rock back and forth. Side to side. Engaging the muscles of the quadriceps, planting the feet firmly into the ground, and palms down, bend the knees, step it back for a plank pose. Beautiful. Come on down, belly to cobra. This is our last vinyasa. Press back up to plank. Quietly whisper to yourself, I am strong. Take it up into downward facing dog. And we're gonna breathe here deep for 5, 4, 2, and lower to the knees on the 1. So here in this tabletop position, we will cross our ankles behind us and push back into a nice seated position. Bringing the legs out in front of us, we're going to come into a nice meditative posture. So we are going to bow the head, allow the belly to drape over the thighs, and breathe here. You can bring the palms here to the elbows. And we're going to take 5 loving breaths in this posture. 5 cycles of breath. Thanks for taking this time for yourself. Give thanks for your helicopters that fly over. Give thanks for your surroundings. Now, as we allow some of the vehicles to pass us by, we're going to come into a nice boat posture. And then after boat, we will end this in Shavasana. So now we've taken a time to rest. We're going to engage the core one last time. So for our boat posture, you want to rock back. Now you can work with your hands behind the thighs, or you can challenge yourself by bringing them out in front, lifting the chest. You can work here in a low boat, or bring it up into a high boat. Low boat, high boat. Low boat, high boat. And we're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and lower all the way down to the ground on the 1. Take a moment to bring the soles of the feet to the mat. Reposition yourself on the mat. And we're going to just do one last bridge pose. Plant the palms on the mat. Use the hips to raise up high, engaging the muscles of the glutes, and lower again. Inhale to lift up, and exhale to lower all the way down to the mat. Last time, inhale, lift up high, and exhale, lower down. Send the feet out long, palms face up, and we're gonna come into our final resting posture, which is Shavasana, or corpse pose. Taking a moment here to surrender completely the weight of our body into the mat. Bringing awareness to all parts of our body. As we bring awareness, we want to relax. So relax the feet, relax the toes, relax the ankles, relax the muscles of the calves, relax the knees, relax the thighs, relax the pelvis and the hips, relax the fingertips, relax the muscles of the belly and the lower back. Relax the muscles of the chest. Relax the wrists, arms. Relax the shoulders. Relax the muscles of the neck. Relax the jaw. Relax the muscles in the forehead. Relax the tongue in the mouth. And we'll spend the last 5 minutes of this practice in meditation. I'll be quiet. As you're ready, we're going to invite a little bit of movement back into the body. Wiggle the toes, wiggle the fingers. Take any movement with the neck, maybe rocking the head side to side. Just arriving back in the present moment. We're going to take the knees into the chest. Give yourself a nice big hug. Rocking side to side. Cross one ankle over the other. Grab the feet. And we're gonna rock and roll up and down the spine once and twice and last time. Come into a nice comfortable seat back where we started our practice. And yogi's choice, you can bring palms face down on the knees, palms face up. I'm going to choose to end my practice palms face up. Thank you for sharing your time and your energy with me. I hope this practice, this full body practice, was invigorating and also relaxing. Until next time, I'm Nathaniel.